a huge mess. Now that I've got the steering column finished, what I need to do is get this connection to this connection. And it's a pretty straight shot, it's not too difficult. And I'm going to be using, this is from the Crown Victoria. This is from the original steering. If I can figure out how this goes on. All right, this is from the Crown Victoria, and essentially what this is, it's designed that in an impact it collapses and becomes shorter. And that's what that's for. So whenever it's utilized, you want it needs to be extended, and it's a solid joint. But in an impact, it can collapse, making this safer. So if this front end were to get pushed in, it would collapse that point and not push the steering column into the driver, whoever that might be. In order to get those points connected, I have here some U-joints. These are the part numbers. I picked these up off of Summit. And this is a 3/4 inch. Both of these are 3/4 inch. And this one goes to double D. And this one's 3/4 inch double D to a 36 spline. This one here is 3/4 inch to a 3/4 inch V. Here's the double D spline. It's called double D because it looks like it's two Ds side by side. So this is a length shaft that I got. It's 3/4 inch. This portion right here is a 36 spline underneath. So what I have to do, you can just barely make out the splines right there, so I'm going to have to cut this off without damaging those splines. And then look at the edge of this, or the end of this right here. That's what they call the 3/4 inch Mustang V. That is the same shape that's down here, 3/4 inch V. So no matter what you did, whether you use this or not, you need that 3/4 inch V, and you need the 36 spline. Whatever you put in the middle is obviously what you're going to want to match. Alright, so after about 4 gallons of liquid wrench, got this thing broken loose. It's not coming off, it's flared. The edge, the end right here is flared out. Try to get this off. I'm going to take a flat disc and I'm going to carefully clean off this lip right here so I can slide the joint onto it. with this edge ground down nice and smooth all the way around, I can take the U-joint, again 36 spline, and it just slips right on. And then there's a location for a set screw in here. What I'm thinking the best thing to do is I'm going to put the set screw in and then mark it. I'll tighten it in hard enough that it hits these teeth so I can see where it's at, and then I'll drill a little hole down in there. Not all the way through. Well, I suppose I could. Just enough to mark it so I can leave a little indentation for the set screw when it goes in. That way I don't have to worry about it backing out. So I've got this mark right here. I slip this on. Now I need to drill right in that little spot right there. Good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slide this on. It's a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to hold that in there. I'm going to use this just to mark it and be very careful that I don't chew out my threads. Threads are still intact on that. I just used it to mark right down in there. So now I can actually kind of waller that out a little bit. That little hole in there, or a little dimple. Slide this on. And tighten or screw this in. Despite everything else you can possibly do, no matter what, you don't want your brakes or your steering to fail. And if your brakes fail, you don't want your steering to fail. So I want to make sure that this is in. It's not relying on just the pressure of this now. This actually goes into the shaft. And I'll take the locks. There's a lock nut, and this will go over that. And when I tighten all this down, then when I get everything ready to go, I'll come back in with red Loctite, and that will be done. Okay, so like I was saying, this is a 3/4 inch. All of this is 3/4 inch, and this is what they call the Mustang V. So this is the 3/4 inch double D to Mustang V, and this has got a screw that goes through, and then it bites down into a cutout. There's a cutout right there. So when that screw goes through, it goes in there and it holds it in place, making it, unless this breaks, impossible for this thing to come out. So as you can see, here's the notch, and there's the bolt hole. It slides together. Creating a clear path for the Allen to go through. Just like that. And then this connects down here. And it's also using that same kind of bolt system where the bolt runs through, creates, oh, this is weird. Is this even gonna work? Holy sh**. I think I might have screwed up a little bit. All right, so despite my planning, I failed to take something into consideration. I was going to be using this to make it a collapsible column, and it seems that that's not going to be possible. It's going to be too long. So instead, what I'm going to have to do is use the double D, make a solid connection, and then I may have to revisit this at a later time to ensure safety. So, try to figure out what the length needs to be. So with this rod cut down to size and cleaned up, I can't, it's too long. It's long enough, it's as long as it needs to be, but I cannot get this on here. So I get really close, really close. So what I'm thinking I can do, so if I loosen this, I can pull the steering column back. Should be able to give myself some more room over here. There we go. Should be enough to let me push that steering column up and in. Now, let's see. There you are. Nice. All right, I'm gonna get this one buttoned up. I've got steering now, that's how I did it. The links for the parts will be in the description. They're also gonna be on my Facebook page and my Instagram page. I have links for these parts and everything that I did. This one's a quick one. It was real quick, short, easy. But I need to move this truck around on the property a little bit because I have another guy coming in. He's coming in from up north and he's gonna have me install a Crown Victoria front end in his truck for him. He can't weld, so he asked me to do it. But getting a brand new set of wheels out of it and then I'll end up getting some tires to throw on there. Little by little, I'm getting this thing put together, and so far I'm still under budget. Most of the things that I've done have been trading out work or other parts to get the parts that I needed. So it's coming together, very happy with the way this is. Now I can move this around the property, and I don't have to worry about it. Now, of course, the other thing that I still need to do is I'm going to drill in here and make little pockets in this shaft. So this thing, it can't pull out, but as you can see, it's in here pretty tight. So super happy with that. I'm very happy with the way this is all turning out, and it's coming together. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to get some exhaust that will clear all this. I don't imagine that exhaust is going to come out that far, but still a lot to get done. But now I can actually move it around and get the rest of it. So I'll catch you guys later.